Morning and welcome to The Sun Down Under, your home for all things I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here from The Sun newspaper and thesun.co.uk. I'm Felicity Cross, Deputy TV Editor at The Sun, and I'm camped out here on Australia's Gold Coast, poised to bring you all of the action from camp. The sun's not shining as much as it has been the last few days, but that might be a good thing for the celebrities, as I'll share shortly. But now, let's talk about last night first. One of my favourite things about I'm a Celebrity isn't necessarily the big ticket, huge trials. It's not necessarily the rows. It's these strange little revelations that occur around the camp. And for me, last night, it was Tony the Bomber Bellew admitting one of his favourite songs is JLS's Love You More.
Thought I could want you more than I did before, but every day I love you a little bit more. Find myself
Look, we all have our guilty pleasures. Marvin was obviously really happy as well to talk about how proud he was of that song, having written it and it be his first number one.
Yeah, the one that you love, I wrote with
Did
JB.
you?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I wrote that in LA, and yeah, that was our fourth number one song. That was.
That's an unbelievable song.
And that, for me, that was a personal achievement. 'Cause I always said I wanted to write a number one record. Do you know what I mean? That was,
Yeah.
I've only done it once, but it's still.
Doesn't matter, I mean, you've done it.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
You've done it.
So just love that I'm a Celebrity brings us these little moments where different cultures clash and marry together in such a beautiful way. So I love that for them both. If that kind of take on I'm a Celebrity is your bag, then you can check out About Last Night, which is on The Sun's YouTube channel, to hear more about what I think of the show, dig deep into the scenes and background behind how some of those moments came to light. But shall we delve into a little bit more behind the scenes gossip now? So in today's Sun newspaper, we tell how the Campmates are at breaking point. So for us, this Scarina trial, this whole series of epic challenges, it's really visual, it's really fun. They've really thrown everything at it. But the celebrities, this is a huge energy expenditure, way beyond the norm. Occasionally there's 2 trials in a day if someone's been up for a viewer voted challenge, but then also doing a dingo dollar challenge. But usually this kind of thing is really spread out amongst the camp. It does get grueling if a celebrity is put up every single day for the viewer vote, but the Campmates have never in I'm a Celebrity history experienced such a demand on them physically as the Scarina series. So basically what we are hearing from behind the scenes is that it has left them feeling totally, get the bleep ready, everyone is up the brink, they're all at breaking point just because of how much this is demanding from them physically. The adrenaline going into the challenges, the fear, but also they're all quite physical stuff. If you watched the power shower challenge last night, it's really demanding stuff. So they're all feeling it.
I've done so many positions.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I've never done so many positions in my life.
They are still, even with those more luxury food items like the camel haunch which they received, they're still not on a great amount of calories. It's basically left them all feeling like they are closest to quitting than ever before. Obviously we saw that from Nella last night. She bailed on her second challenge of the week. And Grace also revealed that she had had enough. She said, I've completely had enough. I just want to go home. I've not got a lot left in me at the moment. So that's what we're hearing from behind the scenes as well. You know, during breaks in filming of those scenes, all the campmates were slumped down, looking totally over it. They're sort of all but quitting, essentially. They're totally fed up by this. It's really hot on that Scarina set as well. If you can imagine in the middle of the jungle, all of those vinyls and lights to make it look so brightly lit on screen. It's a tough environment for them. And this series of trials so early on, it's pushing everybody to their limit. Obviously, that's great for us for viewers. ITV, of course, are all over it in terms of welfare. That's always a priority for them. And of course, they'll be looking after everybody. But the celebs are really struggling. In today's newspaper, I also dig into this conversation that's raging around Nigel Farage's airtime. Now, he shone a spotlight on this himself when he confessed to Grace he was desperate to do trials because if you go to do a challenge, you get 25% more airtime than the other campmates.
You were totally set up to do it, weren't you?
Yeah, really, I was actually a bit gutted in the end.
That is so funny.
No, but mate, you know what it is?
Well, you see, if you do the challenge, it's 25% of the airtime.
So I decided to have a look at this and investigate whether Nigel really was having more airtime than the others through his tactics such as trying to be involved in the trials, being naked in the shower, being naked in the bath, and then as I revealed yesterday, how he'd start flipping his t-shirt around the other way to show his viewer-voter details on his chest, ready for when he has those big meaty conversations around the likes of immigration and Brexit. So I did the crunching, I've got my stopwatch out, and actually I can reveal that it's Nella who is hogging the limelight so far. My research across those first 4 episodes suggests she has featured in 3,777 seconds worth of screen time. That's around 63 minutes. That compares to just 57 minutes for Nigel. And then Fred is coming up third. Obviously, Fred's been involved in a few of the big conversations. And then that row with Nella as well helped him up the ante on his side as well. But it does beg the question around the conversation that we've been hearing behind the scenes about how crew have felt uncomfortable platforming Farage, those people who have those differing political opinions. It's all feeling fairly level, to be honest. ITV have said to us all along that their official line is that it's always their intention to broadcast a show that is a fair and accurate representation of life in camp for all our celebrities. Obviously, Nigel, Nella and Fred, probably our biggest sort of vocal in there. They're the ones talking the most, they certainly speak the loudest. But I'd also expect to see Josie up there and Sam for his enthusiasm. So we'll see how that pans out for the rest of the series. You can read more about that in tomorrow's paper if you're interested in that kind of data. Finally, a bit more of an awkward one. This is for Josie Gibson. She is such a fan favourite. She was already going into the show on a huge wave of love from all her work on This Morning. She obviously won Big Brother back in the day. But some tweets have come to light off the back of her rising star through being on I'm a Celebrity. Essentially, fans have resurrected a historic online row from back in 2015. Essentially, she was slammed for appearing to back comments made by former EDL leader Tommy Robinson. She essentially shared a video of him addressing the Oxford Union. Now, at the time, it was just off the back of the Paris massacre and the Lee Rigby tragedy. So it was a difficult time to be sharing any views around that kind of topic. So you can read all about this properly on thesun.co.uk and see Josie's statement from the time, as well as what we're hearing from her this week. A source close to her has said the historic tweets were posted a very long time ago by Josie. In a statement at the time, Josie rejected accusations that these social media posts had any racist intent. Josie does not condone intolerance, violence or racism of any kind. Now go and read all those statements properly online. Certainly it sounds like she was just sharing that she felt like on some elements Tommy had a point. He had some ideas towards a resolution around general extremism in our country. Nothing racist behind it, no intent from her. But certainly it's something that's got people talking online. And you can read all about that properly online now at thesun.co.uk. So what's coming up towards the end of the weekend? We should see the Scarina series wrap up. I personally really enjoyed it. It's nice to see something with a bit more, I don't know, sort of more visual, less away from the camp life, more towards these sort of big budget spectacles. But I know some viewers are keen to see them go back to basics, get around that campfire and open up some more discussions and share more stories from all their amazing lives. So something for everyone, hopefully. Next week, we'll also be looking forward to the first evictions. We have friends and families arriving on Australia's Gold Coast soon, and I'm hoping to catch up with some of them as they arrive at Brisbane Airport. So I'll bring you all of the gossip from there as well. Meanwhile, follow me online, add me to your playlist to catch up with me each day with all of the gossip from camp and beyond. This has been The Sun Down Under. I'm Felicity Cross, and I'll see you next time. Bye!